Hello and welcome to episode 59 of Unemployed to Unstoppable in our final season with Millwall. I think that's what it's going to be anyway. We're currently 10 games into the season, so let's have an update of how we're getting on and where we think we might finish. Welcome back. First place to start today really is the schedule. We're doing pretty good. We've seen the Community Shield win we got against Newcastle, which is good because we don't always beat them. We followed that with a 4-0 win on the first day of the season against Bournemouth. Vinweza, Ndakuma, Bordenave and Codriano with the goals. Vinweza got another goal in the next game against West Ham, which was tight fair, 1-1. I think we were the better side that game. We just couldn't get the goals we needed. Then a 1-0 win away at Brighton, which is again another good result. Codriano getting the goal. He's developed really well. We'll take a look at him afterwards. Leicester we beat at home 5-1. Again, Codriano, Medina getting a hat-trick and Kravtsov. Okay, Medina's another one of them ones that I might start him more and more on the right-hand side to get Medina and Codriano in the team together. That kind of means Vinweza misses out to a degree unless I can get him to play on the left-hand side. But then we'd obviously have to drop Bordenave, so it's a bit of a conundrum. Carabao Cup, third round, we got a 2-0 win, Medina and Codriano. We played them together. We played a kind of tighter 4-3-3 through the middle. Managed to play them both up top together. But we haven't carried that on because I think we're better with a more natural shape. 4-0 away against Burnley, Cabas, Codriano, Calderon and Vinweza. Again, we've been really tight at the back, not conceding many goals, which we do really well up until a point. Olympic Lyon, we got a 2-0 victory. Codriano with both goals, left it late to get the secure one, but good result. 2-0 win at home against Tottenham, London rivals, Medina and Vinweza with the goals. 1-1 in the Champions League against Chelsea. We had took the lead, but almost straight away Mudryk got a goal back, and we couldn't get another goal over the line in that one, which was a touch unfortunate. 1-0 away against Everton, Sander Mas getting a goal. He started the game, I think. We gave Ndakuma a bit of a rest. Where else were we? Newcastle, we managed to beat 3-2. Again, really good result. Pipping them when we don't normally pip them and getting the points on board. Juve, this is the big result. We were 2-0 down at half time. We managed to come back and win 3-2. So that got another 3 points in the Champions League following the draw that we had with Chelsea and the win at Lyon. So we're going quite well in that competition. Chelsea, another draw. So 2 1-1 draws, this time in the league. A good one with a penalty. Again, we were 1 up, but we didn't manage to stick out for the whole game. And in the Carabao Cup, for a much changed side, we had players like Janacek, Vinitsky playing, Mas, Johnson, Becker. So much changed side, unfortunately. We did win 1-0, but we didn't set the world on fire in that game. And then just before now, we played Man City and got a 0-0. So again, quite tight at the back throughout. A little bit good at goal scoring in certain games, but not all the way through. We just need a bit of form as we run into today's games against Ferencvaros in the Champions League, and then a home game at Reading. So looking at the squad, again, players have been playing well. Everyone's on good form. The standout player really is Codriano, who's currently assessed at 5-star current ability. I think he is currently assessed as world class. Star player for his country, so still not got that world class tag. I think he did in the developmental page, if I can find it. There we go, world class current ability. So standout best player for us. His stats are phenomenal, exactly where he needs it. So dribbling, finishing, first touch 16, 17 and 18. He's quick with 16. His acceleration's at 17. Off the ball's probably key as well at 19. So he is an absolutely outstanding player to have in the team, and he is our main goal threat, which means that Medina really can't really squeeze into the team. I mean, he again has 18, 19, 14. He's slightly quicker. He's got the same acceleration. He's just not quite got the same first touch, and he's not quite as good off the ball. But them two strikers between them is probably two of the best strikers in the league. Who else have we got to have a look at? Ndakuma, he did start really well, but he's kind of faded off a little bit. He was one of the best players, but his form's dropped off a little. Goodwin, Cabas, Medina, all doing particularly well. Some of the young players we're trying to introduce, so we've got Wilson, Godwin, Becker, Janacek and Braun, trying to get a little bit more game time. Not really setting the world on fire in terms of potential, although Janacek, the homegrown, he's the one I'm really looking to try and develop this season. Because it's always good when you get one of your home players and you can develop them and either sell them on for an absolute killer profit or get them into the team doing stuff for you. Other things to look at tactics-wise, we're still maintaining a couple of wingers and an attacking midfielder. We've moved away from defensive midfielder, which caused a little bit of problems with dynamics. Ollie Johnson wants to start more games, but we don't have the positions for him. And Christian Kopp wants to leave to move to a bigger club, which is absolutely baffling because he doesn't play particularly often for us. But if we can pull in 65 million for him, he can go definitely. I don't think there's too much else to tell you about in terms of transfers, etc. We are still slowly but surely letting people go. Augsburg's gone out on loan, Brandon, Chavez, so quite a few going out on loan. We did make some money off Vancharov, Preciado, Moyano. So again, in terms of transfers in, we spent 50 million, but transfers out, we've recouped 82 million. You would think that would give us a load of money to spend on players, but a lot of it's gone into wages for annual increases, etc. So we're holding out to see if we can get some good youngsters in. I have just recently set up within the scouting network, if I can find my recruitment focus, a whole load of 15 to 22 year olds in the South American countries. So we'll see what they come back with, and we'll save a bit of money in there for the January transfer window. I think the final bit of squad news is, I'm pretty sure, Andy Diouf, we've agreed a transfer for him. He's joining Alain. Again, we'll let him go, and we'll bring some of that money back in and invest it in the club somewhere else. All that being said, I'll click through, get to the first game of the episode, Champions League against Ferencvaros, and we'll see if we can make it a 2 from 2 again. So stick around, it should be fun. Welcome back. So starting that, we've got Romero in goals, we've got Kravtsov at left back, we've got Calderon and Aliu in the centre with Abalai coming in at right back. He is probably one of our best centre halves, but he's also slightly ahead of Shahar at right back, and Shahar's on a bit of a fitness review, so he'll play there today. We've got Goodwin, Zakir in Dakuma in the middle of the pitch, and then Bordenave on the left. Medina I've brought in on the right ahead of Vinuesa and Codriano up top. Positive mentality, hopefully get out and put this game to bed fairly early doors. We're playing at home. We're much better at home than we are away at times. I think we're better than Ferencvaros, certainly strike force wise. I think we are, so fingers crossed we can carry that into a game for once and hit the ground running. I love a bit of Champions League music at the start of the game, but really good start then. So first couple of minutes in, Bordenave, Kravtsov combining down the left hand side. We should hopefully get the first chance of the game. Good win into Medina, but he puts his shot wide. And Medina is one of them players that I'd love to get him in the team permanently because he adds an extra dynamic. He's currently playing as a winger on that side because that's the way we've been playing in recent matches, and it's been working. But I think he might be better suited to be an inside forward. And actually, if he's right-footed, I might make him inside forward on the left so I can play Vinuesa as a winger on the right. But we'll see how the next few games sell in. Medina breaks through. Oh, and he's hit the crossbar. Did a lovely little bit of work to beat his man. Unfortunately, he doesn't hit the target. So he's on a 6.4 at the minute. Probably due to the missed chances he's had so far. But again, a good positive start. No shots on target because the crossbar doesn't count. But we're the more dominant force, and we're getting the pick of the highlights at the minute as Aliu brings the ball forward. Abalai down the right hand side to Medina again. Into Abalai, carried on his run into Zekir. It's been blocked. So we're knocking on the door. I don't know why that's not a shot on target because it was definitely on target. But we're 5 for 1 now. So half an hour into the game, massively positive. We'll just shout a little bit of encouragement out there to get the morale up. Faded off a little bit as the game's gone on. I think they're probably playing quite a defensive structure against us, but half time 0-0. Come on, shooting's not been good enough, so we really need to put one of these chances away. Medina's currently playing a 6.5. We might have to bring him off for Vinuesa. I'm trying to introduce him slowly, but we might need Vinuesa's goal scoring expertise as we move into the second half. We'll give him probably till about the 60th minute so that Vinuesa has a little bit of time at least as we work the ball forward again. I'm not sure if this is going to continue into a highlight. Bordenave down the left, picking up the scraps. Good win in Dakuma. Bordenave again in Dakuma. We just can't force that ball over the line. And I think that's... it's got to be Medina really, I think, comes off and Vinuesa comes on. Good claim by Romero because last thing we want to do really is drop a goal down now. Abalai with a through down the right hand side. Can we make the breakthrough this time? In he goes again. Out to Kravtsov. Cuts it back to Codriano. And we've made the breakthrough. And it's no surprise that Codriano's got the goal. A little bit surprised Kravtov's got that far forward, but again, it's coming from a throw-in. He's driven into the box, cuts it back, and Codriano's just got a tap in from a couple of yards. So really good finish. So Medina and Ndukuma, I think we might take them both off. We'll get Mass on in the attacking midfield role. We'll get Vinweza on the right, and we'll see if we can get a second goal and put this game to bed. Just looking at a bit of fitness as the game's gone. Abelay's a bit tired at right back. Free kicks hit the crossbar, managing to break up the other end. Ball poor into Vinweza. Kravtsov and Mass combining down the left. Ball's been cleared, but we've got it back. And Kravtsov's having a good season as well, but he wants to play as a complete wing back, and I don't always think that necessarily fits the style of play we're trying to do. But he's been a first teamer this season, and then he goes again into Mass. Mass puts the ball in the back of the net. Was he offside? I don't think so. So what we might do is just make a couple of fitness substitutions here. Abelai for Shahar. Probably get Zakir off for Topologlu. And see out the last 25 minutes of the game. Mass pushed him off the ball, but nothing coming out of that. Final 20 minutes, another good performance. We're pretty solid. We've not even really looked like scoring. They had the free kick that hit the bar, but that was a one-off out the game its entirety. And that's the one thing I would say about us this season is we have a really good back four. I think the sign of Abelai at the back. Calderon's come on leaps and bounds. Ali, who's a good solid player. Zakir can play back there as well, so we're quite tough and robust. And Topologlu comes on as well as a substitute, which is pleasing to see because he's wanted a bit more game time. He can't necessarily play the position he wants. And we've got some really good options in the middle of the pitch. But Vinweza combining with Topologlu, two of the substitutes, and he slots a nice finish in the bottom corner to make it 3. So barring some kind of miracle, I won't make Goodwin for Johnson. I'll let him make that sub just for a bit of fitness as we move into the league game after this. 5 minutes to go, 20 shots on target. Well, 20 shots on goal, 7 on target. Get the ball clear. Kravtsov picks it up. He's had a really good game out on the left back. Shahar picking up the pieces here. Is this going to turn into another opportunity for Millwall? It's a very slow build up if it is. Again, we're quite a patient team. Finway's breaking in. He's giving the ball away to Julio Iglesias. Duarte, Arnone, Duarte. I'd have been disappointed if that had gone in and we'd lost the clean sheet that close to the end of the game. But we'll hit the final 4 minutes of injury time. We'll pick up the 3 points. I don't know if that's enough for us to qualify. I think we'll be on 10 points in 4 games. I can't remember how many we were on last season. But we certainly should be safe in the mid-range, if nothing else. Let's have a quick look at the league tables. A great performance. Kravtsov having a storming game, picking up Man of the Match award. Well done. Good result, I think, is fair. Lasting foundations and a fabulous goal from Topologlu. So looking at the table, we're in the top echelons after 4 games, 10 points. I mean, we still can drop out of that, so it's not assured yet. But I think we're definitely assured to finish in that kind of mid-zone, which would be an extra qualifier. But we'll try and secure a place in the top 8. We'll see how we get on, and that'll be one we'll update you on in the next episode. Well, for now, though, I'll click through and get us ready for the league game. Stay tuned. We'll see if we make it 2 for 2. And welcome back for the second match of the episode, which is a home game against Reading, where we look to keep our title dreams alive. We were 2 points clear at top of the league, but we need to keep winning games like this if we want to carry on. So, starting lineup, little couple changes in here. We've got Romero in goals, got back for Kravtsov, Calderon, Aliou, and Olander. Then midfield 3 of Goodwin, Topologlu, and Ndukumuna. Then Vinweza on the right, Bordenave on the left, and Codriano up front. So, Bordenave and Codriano carrying a little bit of knocks. Goodwin not on top fitness yet. We've had to drop Cabas and Abelai to give them a little bit of fitness. Shahar's still out injured, Kopp's still out injured. The youngsters are kind of still on the bench, but we have a few players on there that can contribute if we need them. We're in a control possession positive still, and really this is one of them games that if you want to win the league, you've got to win these week in, week out, especially when you're at home against the team quite far down, managed by Wayne Rooney, you know, there. So hopefully we can get one over a former Everton striker and get some more points on the board. We had a good result in the Champions League. Let's follow up with a good result in the Premier League as well. Codriano, not as prolific as we want at the minute. I mean, he should be. I think he should be getting more goals than he is. Whether it's the system, I'm not entirely sure. I think we're playing an alright system, especially with an advanced midfielder now to support him in behind. We should be getting more and more opportunities as we go forward. Topologlu into Codriano. Scores looked a little bit offside to me, if I'm honest. We'll see in the replay. It looks like they've given it. I thought initially he looked a little bit off. Topologlu comes through. I mean, even then it looked like he might have been. Let's just wait for the bars to come on the screen. I thought it was very, very ropey. Oh, must be the right back. But we'll take it. We're a goal up. And Codriano's on the score sheet, so he's proven me wrong. He's got another goal. Kravtsov, I'm not going to take off for Jimmy Wong for a bruised hand. He's just going to have to play on for a little bit because it's too early really to make that sort of change. As Reading play a ball over the top, cut it out, and we look to counter going the other way. Calderon out to Kravtsov with his bruised hand. Good win out to Bordenave. He plays it over the top. It's been chopped out, but we've won it back high. Finwayser gets in and just dinks it past the keeper to make it to 17 minutes into the game. Lovely little finish, that one. I don't think I've seen one finish that close. He normally puts it in at the far post, but great play by Olander challenging forward. Underkuma with the first ball forward. And then it's just a little dink over the top, and Finwayser gets his name on the score sheet to put the mighty Millwall 2-0 up. We'll continue to ignore the Kravtsov injury. I don't consider a bruised hand for a left back to be game threatening. But Reading looking to move forward, looking to get back into the game. Oh, enough the crossbar. Looked like it was offside. It was a great strike, but we're still 2-0 up. Reading getting more and more into the game now. We're still playing positive, which I think we should. Looks like another flag up there early. Just see what the ref says here. Goal disallowed, yeah. In it goes. I mean, Olander got out quick, I suppose, yeah. So a close one. We've had a couple warning shots now that 2-0 might not be enough going forward, but we'll carry on playing the way we are because I think we're better on the front foot than we are when we try and hold the lead. Looks like we've got a move building. Aliu at the back into Goodwin. Finwayser down the right hand side. Into Topologlu, cuts into the middle. Codriano taps it in. It was Topologlu offside, I think. I mean, they've had one chopped, we've had one given. What's the verdict? It's given. So we're 3-0 up. You would have thought maybe it would have levelled out. Lovely little one-touch pass into Codriano, tapping from the centre of the goals. And we're 3-0 up, so we're cruising 30 minutes in. I mean, if it carries on at that rate, we could be 8 or 9 up. We've only had 3 on target and all 3 are goals, which is massively positive. Calderon building down the left this time to Bordenave. Back to Goodwin. Can he work an opening? In it goes, and he slashes it into the bottom corner. 36 minutes and we're 4-0. I wasn't expecting it to be this comfortable. I was talking at the start as I didn't think we'd scored as many goals as the system maybe should do. But I think we've really come out the traps fighting this time. So it looks like we'll be 4 goals up by half time. As we get a corner on the 40th minute, Finwayser slings it in. Codriano and Finwayser recycle it. Codriano with a lovely shot, but he couldn't bend it into the top corner. We will play for set pieces, but the whole team playing magnificently in this match. And again, I'm glad that this one was on camera and not off camera, because sometimes I think people don't believe me, but I don't believe it myself sometimes. Some of the games we play, but this is magnificent. 4 on target and 4 goals. XG's only 2. So, I mean, we've been fortunate that the finishes have all been clinical. The second half not maybe as fiery and attacking as the first half was, but it just goes to show. And I think it just goes to show we've got some really attacking players on this team. None of them made the top 50 players in the world list, which is a surprise to me because I thought Maybe Codriano would have, or maybe Undakuma might have, but none of them, which is a bit of a shame. But there's always next year. Undakuma, he gets in on the action to make it 5 at 65 minutes. Lovely counter-attacking football. Couple passes as we transition through the middle of the pitch. Well run by Calderon. Goodwin gets it forward early. Bordenave just cuts it back inside the Undakuma. He slides past his man and puts it in the bottom left-hand corner. And what a performance. 20 minutes to go. Probably worth giving some time to Medina up top. As we've got Mass on the bench, he needs some game time. Not Ollie Johnson, not Braun, not Juve. Maybe Becker out for Bordenave on the left-hand side. It's always good to get one of the younger players on there, so we'll get Simon Becker on there. I think he's American. Yeah, brought him in one of the earlier transfer windows. Not had as much game time because we got Bordenave in on a free transfer, I think, at a similar time, and Bordenave was fantastic. Kravtsov finally wants to come off, so he's asked to come off. We'll put Jimmy Wong on for the last 5 minutes. But yeah, I think as far as performances go, you don't get much better than that. 5-0. I know it was at home, I know it was against Reading, but they're the ones you have to go on and win. And outside of upsetting the players of the team talk, we will have a quick look at where we are in the league, and we'll have a quick look at where we're going to come back next. So 5 points clearer. Newcastle have a game in hand, but we're 5 points clearer of Arsenal, and we've got a game in hand on them. So the season going really well in terms of the schedule. And when we come back, we'll probably play another 10 games to get to about the 20 game mark. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So Burnley, or Bournemouth, Brighton, somewhere around there. If I can tie in a cup game of some sort in there, I will. But until then, hopefully you've enjoyed the update. Things are going really well in what could be the last season. The one I really want to focus on is the Champions League. So we need to get through that group stage and make sure we go on and put in a really good performance. So until next time, enjoy yourselves, enjoy your saves, take care, enjoy the bank holiday weekend, and I'll see you soon.